This tutorial will teach you the do's and the don'ts of creating and shortening product titles. Here is a short list of some of the things that we do when data team members are tasked with creating and shortening product titles. First of all titles need to have at least a minimum of 40 and a maximum of 50 characters. Later in this video, you will learn the formula to easily calculate the length of a title. Also, when working with titles, please make sure that the first word of all titles are capitalized. And in addition to this, please make sure that the entire title flows together and sounds proper. When shortening titles, remove any unnecessary and non-descriptive filler words. Now I'm going to provide you with a list of things not to do when creating or shortening titles. When the vendor provides us with a title that is longer than 50 characters, remove any duplicate words, prices, vendor names or trademarks such as Alamode, spaces at the beginning and spaces at the end of titles, along with any symbols such as asterisks or ampersands. Lastly, we are not allowed to include colors such as ivory, gold, silver, copper, and bronze. However, we are able to include primary colors such as white, black, blue, green, etc. However, if you encounter a title that includes gold, silver, bronze, ivory, or copper, you will need to remove them. Or, if the character count allows, make sure to indicate that this is just the color of the item and not the material that it is made out of. When placed on a project to create or shorten titles, a data team member will send you an Excel file that has a product's SKUs, UPCs, and images. In addition to this, there will also be a column named Titles. This column can either be filled in or left blank. If it is left blank, you will need to create a title for this product from scratch. But if the titles are already included in the Excel sheet, you will need to shorten the title so that it only contains 50 characters. The Excel sheet displayed on my screen is an example of a titles project that requires you to create product titles from scratch. All projects will contain the product's image URL. If after looking at the image and more information is needed about the item, please feel free to utilize the item's UPC or item number, which is also known as the SKU. Use the UPC or item number to do a Google search of the item to get more information. Let's go through a couple examples. The first example will be to create a title from scratch. So using the first item within this Excel sheet, I will click on the image URL. As you can see, this item is shaped like a starfish and has an opening at the center of it. If after looking at the item's image and you are unable to determine what the item is, copy the item number from the Excel sheet and paste it into the Google search bar. The same exact image pops up within Google Images. After clicking on the image from Google, you can see that it is called Starfish Tea Light Holder. If you don't know what a tea light is, go ahead and do some more research to get a better understanding of the product. Since I already know a tea light is a type of candle, the title that I would create for this item will be Starfish Tea Light Candle Holder. In order to easily calculate how many characters are in the title, in the next column, type equals LEN, the open parentheses, and select the cell that has the item you created. Now click Enter. As you can see, it only has 31 characters. So I will need to add more characters so that it reaches the minimum character length. Let's try the color. So it is ivory, and as stated before, you need to put ivory color before using the word ivory. I will now click Enter, and as you can see, the title is now 45 characters long, which is above the minimum and below the maximum character length. Next, I will provide you with an example of how to shorten a product's title. As you can see, the title for this item is relatively long. Check the number of characters by going into an empty column and typing in equals LEN, open parentheses, choose the cell that you want to reference, and then close the parentheses, then click Enter. As you can see, this title is 125 characters. So in order to shorten the title, I will need to take out any unnecessary words. I would leave the item's dimension because it could be useful information for the customer. However, if the character count of another item does not allow it, then go ahead and remove it. But for this example, I will try to keep it. Bone Collector is the name of the vendor, so I will need to delete it, including the space after it. I will also delete G10 and plain straight black blade with belt clip. Notice how there still is a space in between right here. Also make sure to delete that space. I will also need to delete foldable. As you can see, the title is now 63 characters, so I will need to delete a couple more words so the title is a maximum of 50 characters. Let's try deleting black handle. After pressing enter on my keyboard, you can see that the title is now 50 characters. The reason that I am deleting these words, even though they are descriptive words, the customer is able to look at the image and determine these specifications for this product. Continue to do this process with the rest of the items within the Excel sheet. If you have any questions about creating or shortening any more titles, please feel free to ask a data team member and we would love to help you. Thanks for watching.